Hi, this is Sam Schachter for thepurchasebrick.com. Today we have a great interview with MEC Jeff Levin. How are you, Jeff?
Hey Sam.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Not know that you want them to know about the real Jeff Levin.
I mean, I guess I am kind of the douchebag on LiveJournal.
But in real life. On LiveJournal you are, but in real life.
Here are my actions, but they're not even my actions, if that makes sense. So you'll see something and I'll be like, well, I didn't do that, or I didn't, send that out, or I didn't say that, or you know what I mean, or that's not true, or things like that. I don't really read LiveJournal that much, as I feel like I get a lot more done, not reading that, but, talking to as many people as possible. I mean, most of the time, if I look on LiveJournal, I'll just be to skim it, because it won't, 99% of the time, it won't be suggestions. It'll just be like, I hate Jeff Levin, let's get him out, just try to do whatever we can to hate him as much as possible, which I'm cool with, because I understood that running for this position, that I'd be hated regardless.
So, do you feel like your work has kind of been underappreciated?
For the bands that you saw, it was listed as confirmed. Those are all tentatively confirmed. Bands that, we had previously discussed in meetings, bands that I, jumped on really quickly because of a lot of suggestions, and that, and that much. This is not a personal show for me. I mean, regardless if I enjoy Culture Shock or not, that's not what I'm here for. I mean, do I like Every Time I Die? No, I don't like Every Time I Die.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get over 100 suggestions for Every Time I Die? Yes. I got a lot of suggestions for Every Time I Die.
Do a personal Culture Shock out of the bands that you like, what would it look like?
That's a good question. I love like some dance, like new age pop shit, like fucking the Ting Tings. I'd love to see like of Montreal would be sick on the lineup. Kings of Leon would be excellent. I mean, that would be fucking crazy. There's a band on Culture Shock that I love, Paper Route. I'd love to see on the roster. That was definitely one personal thing that I did, only because I had seen that show and it was like incredible, and I just couldn't give it up.
I'm saying, well, I go to Purchase because I'm trying to stay away from like the pop stuff and blah 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 blah, and a big kind of reason why this kind of blew up in your face was Every Time I Die, and everyone's reason was, well, I listened to them in high school and I listened to them 5 years ago and they're not relatively important right now. What is your response to that?
They definitely have built a lot of respect from when we were in high school, and they built a lot of their following, but they're about to become important.
But that whole excuse of saying, well, I used to listen to them, but they don't mean anything anymore because I haven't listened to them. Do you call bullshit on that? Do you think that means anything?
To them, I can't call bullshit on someone saying they're not important to me anymore. You know what I mean? If they're not important to them, I think there's I think it's easier to be like, I don't like this lineup than it is to be like, well, I'm gonna have a lot of fun at this show.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have to satisfy a lot of people, and people are very narrow-minded at this school when it comes to music, which is a good thing, because it's a good thing for them, very hard for me, meaning that they definitely like a specific kind of music, or they like a specific genre, or they like a specific scene of bands, and they won't touch anything else.
Right.
And it's a music school, so you should expect something like that.
Stressful position that a few people would like to do it, but what made you want to not just run for MEC, but what kind of inspired you to be a promoter of the music business?
I definitely love music, but over the past few years, I've actually grown to love the business even more.
Mm-hmm.
The business side of things, I truly like to make, I love, there's nothing else that's better than people coming up to me and being like, I love that you got the cool kids. That's amazing, and I love the cool kids, and I'm gonna have a great time at Culture Shock.
What's the best part of being from Jersey? And being Jewish, by the way.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of Jews from Jersey in this business. I think we have a lot of inspiring people that come from Jersey because they just want something more in life, and we're so close to New York City that it's just so, there, and, but you're not in the hectic, mind of New York City, but you're still kind of so close enough to the point where you can create something and then be able to go to New York City 10 minutes later and pitch it.
Okay, so the Judiciary Board meeting is coming up this week. What would you say to the fierce opposition that has been attacking you? To kind of say,
I feel like a lot of people have definitely made up their minds with how they feel against me, which is fine. Like I said, like at the end of the day, if I was bothered by each person that didn't like me at the school, I mean, like, it'd be very bothersome, Regardless if I'm removed from office on Wednesday, there will be a culture shock. I'm not really sure how it'll be coordinated. It might look a little different. It might be cut down a little bit. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. But I can guarantee that by Wednesday, by that judicial board hearing, you're going to see a lineup. And you're going to say, holy shit, what the fuck was I thinking?
right?
Maybe I should have trusted this guy. I love you all, and I never get mad at anybody. That's, I definitely get mad at my own organization sometimes, because a lot of times they do hit me when I'm down. When I do receive a lot of the grunt from the campus, it's hard when you're working with people who continue to hit you when you're at your lowest point, and it makes it almost impossible. I could have, when they decided to impeach me, I could have resigned right there and said, fuck culture shock. I'm not going to have any confirmed backs. You're going to have to deal with it on your own. It's a little late, but deal with it. I don't fucking care.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't, because I truly did care about culture shock when I ran for this position. I would say 95% of the people that don't like me have never even actually talked to me in my entire life, in their entire lives. Which is, like I said, is fine, because you see the things that I do and you don't like the things that I do. That's fine. But at the end of the day, I feel like when you see that lineup on Wednesday, you might reconsider and say, maybe I should have given him a chance, or maybe I should have went up to him and talked to him, or maybe I should have responded to that email when he emailed me back and said, what bands do you like? Or maybe I should have, that one night when I was really drunk on a weekend, I should have just went up to him and had to, and said something to him.
Wonderful, insightful Brick Talk interview brought to you by thepurchasebrick.com. Stay tuned next week when we have another interview.